On this webinar, we're going to take a look at the job activity by user report. So this particular report we're looking at here is in the standard reports under performance, and it is down here and it's brand new to the latest version of the system, which is 2020.1 UK. So they've built this for you, thinking this would be really useful for consultants to see exactly how you're doing at the moment with your jobs, how you've done on previous jobs and activity. It could be good for KPIs, for reviews, for managers meetings or team meetings. So it's a brilliant report for everybody really. So we can see here, if we click onto the report name to build our report, you can see at the top you put in your date range. So then it will report on job activity within the date range entered, as you'd expect. You then have two options of how you want to report that data. So do you want to look at who ran the activity? So that's a person that was logged in and ran that workflow. Or do you want to report on who the activity was attributed to? So in this particular example, I'm going to do who ran the activity. You can then narrow down by owning consultant, team, office, or region. As you can see here, I put my name in, so I'm going to review my own activity, which I think is primarily what you're going to be using the report for a lot. You could then narrow down to all job activity just linked to one specific client, which could be really useful. You could do the same with a specific job by either entering its title, job title, or job ID number. You could then group that information by either client, consultant, or job title. So brilliant report, I think. So what we'll do, we'll leave that on client. The report format I'm going to leave as PDF. You can choose RTF or Excel if you wish. And then if we confirm, we can then build that report. Let's take a look. So our reports always look nice and neat. They're really good in Aapt. They've got the job title, the date you ran that report. You can clearly see any filters or grouping options you've entered at the top. And then because I've then grouped that data by client, we can then go and see that information. So the clients will be listed in alphabetical order and the activity will then sit below. So for Dash Media first, we can see how many CVs were sent, which candidates we were looking at, who they were sent to, and which job it was related to. You can see the date sent. Of course, I'm the person that did that workflow because that's what we're looking at in the report, but we can see the owning consultant of that job was actually Alan. If we go down, you can then see a list of any interviews arranged in that time, in those dates ranged. We can see any jobs created, and it's brilliant because it then splits it to contract jobs and perm quite clearly. You can see the status of that job currently, so filled for the contract job there. We can see as well filled on the perm job. We can see the fee and the calculated fee in monetary amounts here. Then here we can see placement, so we can see contract job, ID number, we can see the date field, and you can see clearly the pay and charge rates, they weren't put into this particular role, and which is why actual revenue will be put in if you've then run timesheets in those periods. If we scroll down, you can then see a summary of all the data that you've done with Dash Media. So really useful. Then we're going to go down to the next client. You'll see exactly the same information down here. So you can see it's breaking it down. I've not actually made any placements yet with M&E, but I've got an offer made at the moment. So we're still at that stage and that data. At the bottom, you can then see the total report summary. And they always put it in blue when it's a total for the whole report. And then you've got your stats of what you've done with all your clients in there. So as you can see, really, really useful report to see how you're doing, to focus yourself and to look back and see how you've done in a particular period.